But his approach started way up here, way escalated beyond what it should have been.
Vargas's attorney, Ben Cifuentes, continually questioned the chief's memory of the 2020 internal affairs investigation.
The story comes to us from KSAT.com. Back to San Antonio, Chief McManus, him and an attorney for an officer kind of went at it. San Antonio Police Department Chief William McManus, the "if you had just complied" officer or chief, and the attorney for an officer fired by McManus for excessive force in 2020, repeatedly sparred during day 3 of the arbitration in the disciplinary case.
Seconds after San Antonio police officer Andre Vargas ordered an evading arrest suspect to get out of his vehicle, Vargas used his stun gun on him without warning. Chief William McManus stating the encounter in a Southside parking lot in November 2019 gave him no choice but to fire the 3-year veteran of the force.
So Chief McManus, this guy got fired for excessive use of force. I did the editorial on this one. I kind of forget, so many I forget which one it was, but it's just recently that he just got fired. And so his attorney and Chief McManus sparred. They went at it. Attorney Ben Cifuentes, whose client, Officer Andre Vargas, is attempting to get reinstated to the police force, repeatedly questioned McManus's memory of the internal affairs investigation that led the chief to terminate Vargas and a second officer in June of 2020. At one point, McManus answered, "Maybe," when asked by Cifuentes if he thought the attorney was lying to him about information pertaining to the case.
As the two rarely saw eye to eye on the facts of the case.
Stands up, right?
It's misrepresented. He jerked him up. He didn't just guide him up. I want you to run the video for me.
I want you to answer the question, which you
And
have.
I'm not answering it without seeing the video.
A hearing that was scheduled to end today appears far from the finish line.
Yes?
I don't know, does it? Show it to me.
Do you think I'm lying to you?
Maybe.
For KSAT Investigates, I'm Dylan Collier.
McManus defended his decision to issue Vargas an indefinite suspension, tantamount to firing him after Vargas used profane language and fired his stun gun at suspect Matthew Garza in a Southside parking lot in November of 2019, as Vargas attempted to take Garza into custody for evading arrest. I can't read. He has also requested a hearing before a third-party arbitrator at a future date in hopes of being reinstated by San Antonio PD. Why would you want to go back to a police department that doesn't want you? Vargas was never criminally charged, and it appears the statute of limitations to criminally charge him has passed. Cifuentes was able to get several documents from other SAPD suspensions entered as evidence as an effort to show disparate treatment. The arbitration strategy has been successfully used to get several other SAPD officers that were fired reinstated, suggested the department terminate some officers while suspending others for similar rule violations. But you have to look at their background. Is this their 4th time, their 8th time, their 22nd time? Just because they have a similar rule violation doesn't mean they have a similar situation or circumstance. They may have 8 complaints. This guy, it may be his 2nd complaint. They're going to fire the guy with 8 complaints, and the guy with 2 complaints, they're going to say, "Look, man, you need to stop." So yeah, they could be treated differently. Doesn't mean it's disparaging. It just means one's a scumbag and one's just a dirtbag. He hasn't got to the scum yet. Arbitrator Lori LaConta declined to allow some of the suspension documents to be entered as evidence, and it was unclear Thursday how many prior discipline cases she may consider when issuing her award in the hearing. It's unclear how many prior discipline cases she may consider, because you don't want too many, because then that's used against the officer. The arbitration, which was scheduled to end Thursday, will instead press on as Cifuentes still has several more witnesses to call. And of course, later this year, they say the hearing will likely conclude. Basically, They're trying to get these cops' jobs back after McManus fired them. One lawyer says, McManus, you can't remember anything, can you? And then they go at it. My question is, I don't know. I was just gonna say this, man. Who's worse? These dirty cops or the people, the attorneys that are trying to get their jobs back so that they can continue their buffoonery?